For a moment, let yourself stop trying. Stop proving. Stop explaining. Stop adjusting. Just be here. Just breathe. Feel the quiet presence of your own existence without performance, without effort, without a role to play. In this simple space, something beautiful begins to happen. The moment you stop performing, you begin to remember who you truly are. So much of life teaches us to perform. From a very young age, we learn which parts of ourselves are praised and which parts are criticized. We learn to smile when we are hurting. We learn to be strong when we feel fragile. We learn to say yes when we mean no. We learn to shrink to avoid rejection. We learn to shine in ways that feel acceptable rather than authentic. Slowly, gently, almost without noticing, we begin to create a version of ourselves designed for approval. And yet, beneath all of that effort, there has always been a quiet truth. The real you has never disappeared. The real you has simply been waiting. Performing can feel exhausting. It requires constant awareness of how others see you. It requires adjusting your tone, your words, your personality to match what feels safe. You become the responsible one, the funny one, the strong one, the quiet one, the achiever, the peacemaker. And while there is nothing wrong with these qualities, they become heavy when they are masks instead of choices. The moment you stop performing, you begin to breathe differently. There is relief in no longer pretending. There is freedom in no longer managing everyone's perception. There is peace in allowing yourself to exist without explanation. You were never meant to live as a performance. You were meant to live as an expression. Expression is natural. Performance is calculated. Expression flows. Performance monitors. Expression is honest. Performance is strategic. When you are expressing, you are alive. When you are performing, you are protecting. And there is compassion in understanding why you performed. You did not perform because you were fake. You performed because you wanted to belong. You performed because you wanted love. You performed because at some point you believed that being fully yourself might not be safe. Let that sink in gently. You adapted in order to survive emotionally. That is not weakness. That is intelligence. That is resilience. But what protected you once may now be limiting you. What once kept you safe may now be keeping you small. You do not have to judge the version of yourself who performed. Thank that version. Appreciate it. It helped you navigate situations that felt uncertain. But now, you are allowed to evolve. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine setting down a costume. Feel the lightness in your body as you remove expectations that were never truly yours. Notice how your breathing deepens when you no longer have to be on. The moment you stop performing, your nervous system begins to relax. You are no longer scanning the room for approval. You are no longer rehearsing your responses. You are no longer filtering your truth. There is spaciousness in authenticity. Authenticity does not mean being loud or rebellious. It does not mean rejecting everyone's expectations dramatically. It simply means allowing your inner truth to guide your outer behavior. Perhaps you have been performing strength when you needed support. Perhaps you have been performing happiness when you felt sadness. Perhaps you have been performing confidence while doubting yourself quietly. Imagine what it would feel like to let those masks soften. You are allowed to say, "I don't know." You are allowed to say, "I need help." You are allowed to say, "That hurt me." You are allowed to say, "This is who I am." When you stop performing, your relationships begin to shift. Some may fall away, some may deepen. The ones that remain will align with your truth rather than your mask. And that alignment is where real connection lives. You do not need everyone to approve of the real you. You only need to approve of yourself. Repeat gently within your heart, "I am safe to be myself. I release the need to perform. I honor my authentic self." There is profound healing in these words. Performance often grows from fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough. But here is the quiet truth. You cannot be fully loved while hiding. You can be admired. You can be praised. You can be accepted for your performance. But true love meets authenticity. When you stop performing, you give others permission to do the same. Your vulnerability becomes an invitation. Your honesty becomes a mirror. Your courage becomes contagious. You may feel uncomfortable at first. It can feel strange to speak honestly when you are used to pleasing. It can feel risky to show emotion when you are used to composure. But discomfort is not danger. Discomfort is growth. There is a child within you who remembers what it felt like to express freely, to laugh loudly, to cry openly, to dream boldly without self-censorship. That child did not perform. That child simply was. As you stop performing, you reconnect with that pure essence. Authenticity does not mean you stop evolving. It means you evolve honestly. It means your growth reflects your values rather than others' expectations. You do not have to earn your worth by impressing anyone. Your worth is inherent. Your existence is enough. When you believe this deeply, performance becomes unnecessary. Ask yourself gently, who am I when no one is watching? Who am I when I do not need approval? Who am I when I feel completely safe? Those answers are clues to your authentic self. Performance is exhausting because it disconnects you from your inner compass. You start living based on reactions instead of intentions. But when you reconnect with yourself, your choices become aligned. You no longer say yes when you mean no. You no longer laugh when something feels uncomfortable. You no longer overextend yourself to avoid guilt. You begin to honor your boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are self-respect. When you stop performing, you stop abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. And that is not selfish. That is healthy. You can affirm, I trust my feelings. I respect my needs. I allow myself to be real. The more you practice authenticity, the more peaceful you become. You no longer carry the tension of maintaining an image. You no longer fear being found out because there is nothing to hide. The real you is not flawed. The real you is layered, complex, evolving, and deeply human. Authenticity does not require perfection. It requires honesty. Some people may not understand your shift. They may prefer the version of you that was easier to predict. That is okay. You are not responsible for maintaining someone else's comfort at the expense of your truth. When you stop performing, you reclaim your energy. All the energy once used to monitor reactions and edit yourself becomes available for creativity, joy, and growth. Imagine waking up without the weight of expectation. Imagine speaking without rehearsing. Imagine expressing your dreams without filtering them. This is the freedom of authenticity. The moment you stop performing, you begin to trust yourself. You listen more closely to your intuition. You respond rather than react. You choose from alignment rather than obligation. Trust yourself. Say softly, "I am enough as I am. I do not need to prove my worth. I am authentic and whole."
There is deep peace in these truths. Authenticity also brings compassion. When you stop pretending to be perfect, you become gentler with yourself. You allow mistakes. You allow growth. You allow uncertainty. You understand that being human includes imperfection. You do not have to impress life. You are life expressing itself uniquely. Performance often hides vulnerability, but vulnerability is not weakness. It is connection. When you share honestly, you create intimacy. When you admit fear, you create trust. When you reveal your true thoughts, you create depth. Your authenticity is not a liability. It is your strength. The moment you stop performing, you feel lighter. The inner critic softens. The comparison fades. You stop asking, "How do I look?" and start asking, "How do I feel?" Feeling becomes more important than appearing. That shift changes everything. You begin making decisions based on alignment rather than applause. You choose environments that nourish you. You attract people who appreciate your real personality. You experience joy that is not dependent on validation. This is what becoming yourself feels like: grounded, steady, clear. You are not here to fit into expectations. You are here to expand into your truth. Take another deep breath. Feel your chest rise and fall naturally. Notice how effortless breathing is when you are not controlling it. Authentic living feels the same: natural, unforced, calm. Let these affirmations settle deeply within you. I release the need to perform. I trust my authentic voice. I honor my true feelings. I am free to be myself. I am loved for who I truly am. Carry these words gently into your life. Each day, choose one small act of authenticity. Speak one honest sentence. Set one clear boundary. Express one genuine emotion. Over time, these small acts reshape your identity from performance to presence. You do not have to transform overnight. You simply have to begin. The moment you stop performing, you stop living for applause and start living for alignment. You stop measuring your value by reactions and start measuring it by integrity. You stop seeking permission and start embodying truth. And in that space, that quiet, honest, open space, you meet yourself. Not the mask, not the role, not the expectation, but you, whole, worthy, authentic. The moment you stop performing, you become yourself.